All right. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's practice. This will be in all levels or a balanced vinyasa flow, meaning that all 4 elements will be incorporated into this practice, grounding, flowing movidly, flowing with the air is about creating space for yourself. So really concentrating on the breath and creating that space within yourself. And also with the fire element, the real strength building aspect of your yoga practice. So let's begin. Starting off in Shavasana, legs extended long, arms to your sides and palms to the sky. Let the eyes gently close. Take a few slow, calm, deep breaths deep into the belly, allowing the body and mind to settle into the present moment. Mind. Draw awareness to the quality of breath you brought with you today. Draw awareness. Where are you holding tension? Maybe it's in the jaw or shoulders, hips or belly. On your next inhale, invite small movements to the body. Rolling into the wrists and ankles. Gently rock the head from side to side. Bend your knees, feet flat to the floor. Gently rock the knees from side to side. Reach your arms overhead, reaching your hands away from your hips, trying to lengthen through the side body. Maybe deepening the twist with the knees from side to side. Draw your knees into the chest, holding the knees with the hands. Gently rock from side to side or create small circles clockwise and counterclockwise. Try to stay fully relaxed from belly button down. Slowly coming to center. Place your feet flat to the floor, directly underneath the knees and as wide as the hips. Exhale, press your feet, lift the hips high, pausing at the top. If you want to go deeper, hands reach underneath you and try to interlace the fingers. If you can do that, maybe drawing the palms together, straightening the elbows, and pulling the shoulder blades together, opening through the chest and shoulders. Keep the glutes engaged, pushing the hips up high. Inhale, lower the hips back down, release the hands if you're holding. Draw the knees back into the chest and rock from side to side. Let your knees roll to one side or rock and roll forward and back. Make your way to your hands and knees, setting up into a tabletop. To rock and roll forward and back, you want to cross the legs. Make sure you're not rolling directly on the spine. And when you're ready, plant your hands. Try to lift the hips off the floor. Slip the legs in between the arms to set up into your tabletop, which can be quite challenging. Moving into your cat-cow, index finger pointing straight out. Inhale, roll the hips, the belly sinks, lifting the tailbone. Open the heart and look up. Exhale to tuck the tailbone, round the spine, head sinks between the arms. Inhale to cow, belly sinks, and look up. Exhale to round the spine. Adding a variation into the cat-cow if you're up to it by flipping the toes and lifting the knees off the floor. Adding bear pose into your cat-cow can be quite challenging. The next time the spine rounds out, that'll be the last time. Inhale to a neutral spine. On your exhale, press into your hands, send your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Allow the hips to sway from side to side. Maybe pedaling out the heels. On your exhale, walk your feet into the hands, forward fold. Hinging in the hip. Let the weight of the shoulders and head pull the torso down. Try to keep your weight in your toes. Inhale, halfway lay in the legs, flatten the spine, supporting on the shin. Roll through the hips and reach the ears to the front. Exhale, fold forward. Let the body hang. Give a slight bend to the knees. Inhale, ragdoll yourself up, rolling the spine into a standing posture. Reach your hands high. Interlace the fingers. Exhale to open through the front body, taking a back bend. Inhale to reach, find length. Exhale for depth. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach your hands high. Exhale, fold, hinging in the hip. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, ground your palms. Step or maybe hop your feet back to plank. Lower through the downward push-up. Hips stay on the floor. Inhale, press the hands, lift the head and chest for cobra. Flip the toes. Exhale, press into the thumb and pointer fingers. Send your hips up and back. Downward facing dog. On your exhale, step or hop your feet up to the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, tall, reach your hands high. Interlace the fingers. Exhale, lean to the left, reaching through the right arm. Maybe letting the hips drift away from the hands to the right side. Inhale to center. Exhale to the right, reaching through the left arm, and maybe letting the hips drift out to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Ground your palms, step, hop, or maybe crow pose your way back to plank. For crow pose, you place the knee on the back of the arm. You transfer your weight into your tricep to let your feet hover off the ground. And then step your feet back to plank or shoot your feet back to plank. Lower through the downward push-up. Inhale, press the hands, lift the head and chest. Cobra or up dog. Straightening the arms, lifting hips and knees off the floor. Exhale, press into the hands, send your hips up and back, downward facing dog. On the exhale, step or hop your feet up to the hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stand tall, reach your hands high. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, ground your palms, step, hop, or crow pose your way back to plank. Pausing in plank, nice long line from head to heels. If full plank is not appropriate, dropping to the knees. Make sure your hip is not up in the air and that the hips aren't sinking down. You want to have a nice long line. On your exhale, lower through the downward push-up. Maybe trying to stop the body from touching the floor for chaturanga, low plank. Inhale, press the hands, lift the head and chest. Cobra or up dog. Exhale the hips up and back, down dog. Inhale, reach left foot into the sky. Bend the knee. Exhale, swing or step the foot through in between the hands. Drop the back heel on a 90. Inhale, cartwheel the hands up, warrior two. Reaching away from one another, hands reaching away from one another. Shoulders relaxed. Trying to open the hips and chest towards the edge of the mat. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale to triangle. Hinging in the hip. Reach the left hand forward. When you can reach no further, hand drops to the leg. Reach the right hand high. You may be supporting above the knee. You want to avoid rounding through the spine. You want to hinge in the hip, flatten the spine. Exhale, bends the front knee to strength. Inhale, floats you up. Flip the front palm, exalt your warrior. Reaching over the body. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reach the hands high, straighten the front leg, pick up the toes, and point them towards the edge of the mat. Exhale, draw your heels in, sink your hips, lower the arms, parallel to the floor for goddess pose. Nice tall spine, strong legs. Inhale, straighten the legs, reach your hands high. Square off your feet. Exhale, fold forward. Wide leg forward fold. Taking a breath. Let the body hang. Place your hands to the floor if you can. Inhale, press the hands, lifting the chest parallel to the floor. You can stay here, especially if you have any issues with the lower back supporting the weight of your torso. If you're able to, on your exhale, press your feet into the ground. You should feel the inner thigh activating. And to take it one step further, draw your hands to your hips. If you want to go further, shift your weight forward and back and heel toe your feet away from one another. Trying to get deeper and deeper. When you can no longer maintain, drop your hands. If you're still supporting, place your hands to the floor. Deep breath in. On your exhale, let the body hang. Inhale, lift the torso, draw in your feet. Exhale, sink the hips into a low squat. Inhale, your hands to the sky, back into your goddess pose. Inhale, reach your hands high, straighten the legs. Exhale, point your right foot towards the back edge of the mat. Reach your hands forward and back, warrior two. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, hinge in the hip, reach the right hand forward. When you can reach no further, hand drops to the leg, reach the left hand high. You want the straightening of the spine to happen through the hips. Exhale, bend the front knee to strength. Inhale, floats you up, flip the front palm, exalt your warrior. Exhale to your warrior two. Inhale, straighten the front leg, reach your hands high, pick up the right foot, pointed towards toes towards the edge of the mat. Exhale, fold forward, wide leg forward fold. Trying to get your hands to the ground, maybe letting the torso hang and crossing the arms. Place your hands to the floor. Inhale, lift the chest parallel to the ground if you can. Maybe you're supporting on your thighs if you can't get all the way down. Deep breath in. On your exhale, walk your hands towards your right foot. Trying to open through the left side of the body. Try to draw your chest, the center of the chest, to your knee. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the opposite side. Walking your hands towards your left foot. Try to draw the center of the chest to the knee. Inhale back to center. Exhale, bend the knees, drawing the heels, sinking the hips. Inhale, lift the hands, goddess pose. Inhale, straighten the legs, reach the hands high, pick up the left foot. Exhale to your warrior two, pointing the left foot towards the front edge of the mat. Inhale, reach both hands high, lift the back heel, squaring the hips to the front edge of the mat, crescent lunge. Exhale, lower the hands to the floor, framing your front foot. Step the foot back to plank and flow through the vinyasa, all meeting in down dog. Exhale, lowers you down. Inhale to lift. Exhale to the down dog. Allow the hips to sway. Slowly coming to center. Exhale, walk your feet to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stand tall, reach your hands high. Exhale, hands to heart, shift your weight to the left foot, draw the right foot in, moving into tree pose. Weight to the inner thigh. Sinking into your drishti, your focus point. Going to make yourself as tall as possible. Push yourself away from the ground. Slowly point the knee towards the front. Extend the leg long. Exhale, let the foot pendulum through the bottom, stepping back into your crescent lunge. Inhale your hands high. Exhale, drop the back heel, open your hips, warrior two. Inhale, reach the hands high, straighten the front leg, pick up the toes, point them towards the edge of the mat. On your exhale, bend the left knee, trying to sink your hips to the floor, and you're trying to keep the left heel grounded. Inhale to center. Exhale to the right side. Bending the right knee, trying to keep the heel to the floor. The opposite foot can point towards the ceiling. Inhale to center. Exhale to the left side. Inhale, center. Exhale to the right side. If you're able to, staying low. Inhale to center. Exhale to the opposite side. Be mindful of the hips and knees. Slowly coming up to center. Exhale to your warrior. Left foot points towards the front edge of the mat. Inhale, reach your hands high, lift the back heel into your crescent lunge. Exhale, hands to heart, shift your weight forward, step your feet together. Sink the hips down and back, chair pose. Spine nice and tall. Inhale, stand tall, reach your hands high. Exhale, hands to heart, shift your weight to the right foot, draw the left foot in, moving into tree pose. Either keeping the ball of the foot on the floor, sliding the foot up to the calf, or inner thigh. Push the ground away from you. Lunge. Inhale your hands high. Exhale, drop open to your warrior two. Inhale, reach your hands high, pick up the front toes. Your right foot pointing towards the edge of the mat. Exhale, sink the right knee, hands to the chest. Spending a little time at the bottom. Try to relax the hips. If you can fully relax, maybe going into your bind. For the bind, the right arm goes across the shin, reaching around the back, left arm behind the back, and you're trying to connect your hands next to your thigh or to your hip. Inhale, slowly coming up to center. Exhale to the left side. Try to relax at the bottom. Maybe going in for your bind. Inhale, slowly coming up to center. Exhale to goddess pose. Sinking the hips, open the arms. If it's available, lifting the heels off the ground. Exhale, lower the heels. Inhale, reach your hands high. Square off the back foot. Point the right foot towards the front edge of the mat, warrior two. Inhale, reach your hands high. Lift the back heel, crescent lunge. Exhale, hands to heart. Shift your weight forward. Step your feet together. Sink your hips down and back, chair pose. Inhale, stand tall. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, ground your hands. Step, hop, or crow pose your way back to plank. Pausing in plank.
When you can no longer maintain proper form, dropping to your knees, send your hips to your feet, child's pose. Slow, calm, deep breath deep into the belly. Opening the knees if the breath or belly feels compressed or restricted. If you need more time in child's pose, take the time you need. If you're ready, inhale lifts you up into your tabletop. Flying through a few cat-cows. Inhale to roll the hips, open the heart and look up. Exhale to round the spine. The next time the spine rounds out, that'll be the last time. Coming into a neutral spine. Setting up for bird dog. You want to try to keep the nose and belly button centered on the mat. On the inhale, reach the right hand out and extend the left leg back. Reaching through fingertips and heel. Exhale lowers everything back down. Alternating from side to side. Inhale reaches opposite limbs away from one another. Exhale lowers. And slowly coming back down. Once you've completed your round, make your way into a seated position. Knees are bent. Knees and feet drawn together. Holding underneath the knee, lengthen through the spine. Roll the shoulders back, opening the chest, and let the weight of the torso hover your feet off the floor. Boat pose. Trying to keep a nice tall spine. If you're able to, lifting the shins parallel to the floor, maybe even straightening the knees. You want to make sure you're not rounding through the spine. If straightening the knees is not appropriate, but you want to go a little bit deeper, you can extend the arms. Make sure you're still lifting through the chest. Exhale slowly lowers everything down, placing the hands behind you. Deep breath in, open through the shoulders and chest. Exhale, press into your hands and feet, lifting the hips high. Into your reverse table, glutes are engaged, keeping the hips up as high as you can. Slowly lower the hips back down. Extend the legs long, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, Shift your weight back. Try to lift the heels an inch off the floor. Try to keep the belly forward, chest up. Don't let the spine round out. If that's not working for you, inhale lifts one foot, exhale lowers it back down, alternating from side to side. Really drawing up through the pelvic floor. When you can no longer maintain, rest the feet, hands behind you. Bend side to side. Coming to center. Extend the left leg long. Draw the right foot to the inner thigh. Now I want you to keep the foot on the inner thigh. Don't cross the foot. You may think that I'm going into a seated twist, but I'm not. Working towards that bind that we saw in our crescent postures. You want to reach your right hand as far forward as you can, trying to get the shoulder just past the knee and wrap your arm around the front of the shin. Left arm is going to reach behind your back. If you can't reach your hands, use a strap or a belt and try to straighten the spine, drawing that foot off the ground. You're trying to relax everything through the hip, and then you can rock from side to side. Trying to open that hip. There's a little bit more advanced stretching. Do what you can. Maybe you're working on shoulder mobility to get the bind. Slowly releasing the leg. Place the foot flat to the floor. The peace fingers will grab onto the big toe. Straighten the right leg and pick the foot up as high as you can. Making sure again that you're not rounding through the spine. You're trying to keep the spine nice and tall. And slowly lower the leg back down. Draw the left foot in. Moving to the opposite side. Left arm on the inside of the leg, reaching as far out as you can. Reach around the front of the shin, reaching behind you. Right hand, trying to connect to the left. Straighten the spine, lifting the left foot off the ground. Maybe gently rocking from side to side. Trying to open the hip. Slowly and gently releasing. Peace fingers holding onto the left big toe. Straighten the leg. And try to pick the foot up as high as you can. Stretching through the back of the left leg. Make sure the spine is not dumping out. You may not have noticed, but I was just slightly rounded, and by straightening my spine, my knee bent just a tiny bit, and that's perfectly fine. It's better to have a straight spine and a bent knee than the other way around. Slowly, gently release the leg. Extend the leg long. And roll to your back, moving nice and slow. Maybe you need to support underneath the thigh. Maybe you're floating the hands or floating the hands and feet. Once fully laying down, draw the knees into the chest. Holding the knees, gently rock from side to side. Coming to center, left foot flat to the floor, drape the right ankle over top of the left knee, moving into a figure four. You can press the right hand to the right thigh, draw the left foot in closer, or even reaching your hands behind the left thigh, pulling the knee in tight. Use your exhales to let go of tension out of the right hip. Gently releasing the leg, uncrossing the ankle, moving to the opposite side. Left ankle over top of the right knee, finding the depth that's appropriate for you. If you know a further variation, you're more than welcome to go into it, as long as you're mindful of your movement. Slow, calm, deep breath. Gently releasing the leg, uncross the ankle. Open the arms into a T or bending at the elbow if you're limited for space. Draw the knees into the chest. On your exhale, let the knees sink to the right, rolling into your twist. Maybe using the right hand to hold the legs in place. Maybe extending the bottom leg long, straight down the mat to get deeper into your twist. Be mindful of your breath and of the tension you're holding in the body. Inhale back up to center. Pausing at center, gently rocking from side to side. And when you're ready, using your exhale to lower the knees to the left side. Finding the depth that's appropriate for you. Sinking into the breath. Slowly coming back up to center. Pausing at center, gently rocking from side to side. Reaching your hands in between your knees, grabbing the shin, allowing the legs to drop open like a book. Maybe sliding the hands down to the ankles if you want to get deeper into the posture. Or maybe moving into happy baby. For happy baby, you're opening the soles of the feet to the sky. You either keep holding the ankles and let the knees sink towards the armpits, or you're holding the outside blade of the foot. If that's too deep, peace fingers holding onto the big toe. You don't want your spine digging into the ground. Slowly and gently releasing the legs. Holding the knees, gently rock from side to side. Moving into a side opener, place your feet flat to the floor. Let the right knee drop open. You're opening the hip. Now slide the right foot underneath the left leg. The left hand will reach down and grab your right foot. You may need to lean the torso to the left, but that's perfectly fine. That's what we're looking for. Trying to walk your foot as far out to the left as you can. Reach your right arm over your body, overhead. Trying to open up through the right side of the body. If you want to get deeper, you're using your head and shoulders to walk the torso further to the left, or you're walking your foot further to the left, depending whether you want to get deeper into the leg or into the side body, into the torso. If you can't grab your foot, you're using a strap or a belt. Even a rope will do. Slowly coming back out, lower the right arm. Slide the torso back to center. And release the right foot, placing the foot flat to the floor. Moving to the opposite side, let the left knee drop open. Slide the left foot underneath the right leg. Right hand reaches down, grabbing your left foot. Left arm reaches overhead. And either walking your foot further to the right side of the mat to get deeper into the leg, or using your head, walking your shoulders or your torso further to the right to get deeper into the left side of the body. You're trying to create a bowing of the spine as much as you can. Slowly coming out of the posture, lower the left arm. Slide the torso back to center, releasing the left foot. Place the foot flat to the ground. Gently rock the knees from side to side. Taking whatever final adjustments you need, prepping yourself for our final resting pose. Making your way to Shavasana, or into a seated position for a seated meditation, or any other posture that's calling your name. And once settled, eyes gently closed. Take a deep breath in through the mouth, or in through the nose. Exhale out of the mouth. Let your awareness fall to the body. Relax the legs, hips, arms, and shoulders. Relax the belly and your back, releasing the chest and the ribs. Relax your neck, your face. Unclench the jaw. Allow the eyes to be calm and gentle. Shift your awareness to the breath. Deepen the inhale and lengthen the exhale. Allowing the tranquility of the breath to saturate the mind and the spirit. Let go of what no longer serves you with the exhale. Find tranquility within the breath. to the body. Wiggling fingers and toes, rolling into wrists and ankles, and into the body. Maybe slowly reaching your hands and feet away from one another, stretching through the full body. Maybe bending the knees, feet flat to the floor, rocking the knees from side to side, or pulling the knees into the chest to create small circles. Slowly and gently making your way into a comfortable seated position. Taking these last few moments for a practice of gratitude, finding that one thing to be grateful for, no matter how big or small. Drawing gratitude into the heart, as we want to feel gratitude, not just think it. Inhale, reach your hands high. Exhale, hands to heart. With love and gratitude from my heart and home to yours. Namaste. Thank you all. Hope you have a great day and a great weekend. Take care.